Good morning, thriving warriors. Today is Saturday, July 15th, 2023. It seems like a beautiful day out here in Pahrump. And let's see what the weather forecast is. It's currently 75 degrees, but the weather is going to be, the weather range is 81 to 114. Another 33 degree temperature swing. 114, pretty hot today. Hottest day of the year. So here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help you get from where you are to someplace better, point A, from point A to point B, from someday Isle to Successlandia. No big deal. We're here to help you do it, not to do it for you. We can't do it for you. We can only help you do it. And how do we help you do that? Well, we help you do it basically through this podcast here, but it's not really the podcast. It's what? It is the stuff down below, the description down below, the things down below, which includes a link to our monthly magazine. A link to our online course. Got a book over there, and but things from experts. We have spent time basically daily, piece by piece by piece, just a little bit better every day, adding little bits of stuff to make it better. So we've got about 20 little morsels that you can scoop up out of the metaphorical sea to ingest, digest, process to help you on your journey, because it is a journey. Life is a journey that ends when we are, what is that? Oh. Huh. Uh-oh. Got to get rid of that, people. It's like a little bit of skin lotion. Okay, go on. Ha. All right, let's get started because we're 2.5 minutes in. First things first, coffee. We have coffee. A little bit watery today. A little bit watery, but otherwise good cracker. Bonk. Bonk. Porcupine. Advice from an 80-year-old. Next morsel, advice from an 80-year-old. Never deprive someone of hope. It might be all that they have. That's a very good one. That's a very important one. Because we're dealing with a lot of people who don't have much hope. All right. Attitude of gratitude. That's right in our book. I'm so happy and grateful now that what? I'm so happy and grateful now that. Write that in your book and then ask yourself the question, what am I so happy and grateful for now? Usually I go into the jails on Saturday. This was a busy day. Didn't talk to the chaplain. So I'll have to call him to see about going into the jail here today, sometime this morning. I get to work on the book. Let's see. We might have a new veteran coming Monday, hopefully. Randy Bissell will be here Tuesday. And then we will go from there. All right. Okay. 3 things to accomplish today. 3 simple goals for today. jail, book, and that. Figure out what to do. Create a program for our 2 new people here. Keep them moving forward, keep them busy. All righty then, all righty. Let's see what Seth Godin has to say. Seth Godin, the good news. Not sure where Todd is. Seth Godin, the good news. What if there were a pipeline into your day, a series of emails or posts or feeds that you had that had nothing but nice things, positive feedback, and encouragement coming your way? Amazingly, you could build something like that in just a few minutes and have it forever. Hey, that's what we've got. That's our podcast. If the bad news, comments, drama, controversy, is simply manipulating you into a certain state without productive efforts, consider turning it off. There's no obligation to help someone else's business model, no requirement that the device in your pocket change your mental state for the worse, and no upside to allowing media companies to make a profit by dumping trash on your front yard. There's a growing body of data that shows that the growth of smartphones has also led to a significant decrease in optimism and life satisfaction, particularly among young people. But it's not the phone that's the problem. It's the way attention is manipulated by the companies that create the apps on our phones. Right, that is true. Aesop's fable, the Porcupine and the Snakes. A porcupine was looking for a good home. At last, he found a little sheltered cave where lived a family of snakes. He asked them to let him share the cave with them, and the snakes kindly consented. The snakes soon wished they had not given him permission to stay. His sharp quills pricked them at every turn, and at last they politely asked him to leave. Ponder pause. I am very well satisfied, thank you, said the porcupine. I intend to stay right here. And with that, he politely escorted the snakes out of doors, and to save their skin, the snakes had to look for another home. Moral of the story: give a finger and lose a hand. Okay, so Aesop's fables were written for and during a time of scarcity. You had to protect what you had and be careful that others would take it. We are much more in a time of not scarcity, abundance. So I say to you, fourth law of power, fairness only occurs between equals. The snakes should have expected this to occur. It would have been better if they had used the elegant equation, bond, add value, and ask, so that the porcupine, acting in its own self-interest, would want the snakes to be happy. It's easier for us to find you food, is what the snakes could say, or they could have waited for the porcupine to leave and then alter the entrance so that the porcupine could not enter. But they had to get fairness only occurs between equals. All righty, next. Where are we for time? 9:15 in. Okay, got a little bit of time. So it's Saturday. It's down at the apartments. Some people are doing better. Some people are not. And for the people who are doing better, great, good, excellent. You're making progress. Just keep that pace up. And look back a month from now, look back a month after that, you're going to see the progress you're making, and you will notice that you are leaving your old self in the distance, heading for a much better future. And we are here to help you. but you have to do the work. You can't do the work for you. You can only make it available to you. You have to do the work. Okay, next. There's a good article on Inc. magazine that's here for people. How can you spot really good leaders? They do 3 things exceptionally well. 1, they form good habits. 2, they're willing to listen to feedback and they set limits. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Okay. And along with that, I would say we're not trying to become like Warren Buffett. It's too late for that. That ship has sailed. Settle for successful. I say to you, say yes whenever you can, if it's a worthy cause. If it's a worthy cause, find a way to do it. All right. And here we are at 11:18 in. It's Saturday. We want to go make something happen. You've got today. We have today and tomorrow to do that. Meaning and purpose. Act such that everything you do matters, and service to others. Don't have an attitude of what can I get you to do for me? Rather have an attitude of what can I do to help you? What can I do to help you? Okay, with that, let's say 2 last morsels to scoop out of the ocean. Number 1, Navy SEAL maxim, which is what? Act such that yesterday was the only easy day. And number 2, thank you, Charlene. Number 2 is if you're still here, the journey is not over. You still have things to do. It's the journey. It's not the destination. We want to get to Successlandia, but it's about the journey. All right. This was the end of week. Oh, no, tomorrow's the end of week 4. We'll have a recap on that tomorrow. Today, the TED Talk was the categorical imperative, kingdom of heaven. This is under practical leadership. All righty, people. And with that, we will say, and cut. Boom, and cut.